Today's our guest is Otis Odell from HED. Welcome, Otis.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And a little bit about Otis. Odell stands as a luminary in the housing development arena with unparalleled expertise in navigating diverse markets and crafting multifamily housing designs that redefine living spaces. Otis leads a national strategy and portfolio as business leader, housing and mixed use at HED for an electric mix of multifamily developments, some upscale, high-rise to community-centric, mixed use and affordable housing. Its master extends behind construction, navigating the intricacies of development markets and pioneering innovative designs in multifamily living across the country, and a rich and recent portfolio in dynamic markets like Los Angeles and Denver. Otis is not just an expert in multifamily housing, he's also a creative visionary whose market predictions have come to pass in his lifetime. So with that, Otis, you want
I think
to add
you've covered
anything
it
to your
very
background?
well. Thank you.
Sure. How did
So
you get
I have
into
been
this space,
passionate
Otis?
about housing from my early years in high school, and I had the opportunity in my early career after college to work for a relatively small firm, about 15 to 20 people, and I worked for that firm for about 9 years, and that was really all multifamily housing work. So I cut my teeth, if you will, on that product type, and I've just been passionate about housing for my entire career. It is really important as a part of community. We always say that you can't really work on housing without working on community. And I feel that housing is such a fundamental need for people that it is a place where proper design and proper considerations for the spaces where people live can really have a great impact. And I really like the idea of having a positive impact on world. So it's really true. I think that you can really achieve a lot through providing.
Awesome. What kind of gaps in the senior housing market do you see, and how mixed age and mixed use community development plans could generate capital
So in
returns?
terms of gaps in the senior housing market, we're just starting to see what's going on as the leading edge of the baby boomers is now approaching age 80, actually. And what we find is that the senior housing world is called active senior living, which can be an apartment type product, a multifamily housing product that is heavily programmed and is for a demographic that is kind of done with their single family home and doesn't want to deal with the maintenance and wants to have a significant amount of social interaction. So it's like a really well-appointed apartment that has a lot of services and amenities and social interaction and programs that keep people in front of each other. What we're seeing is that the average age in that market is really increasing as we as the baby boomers start to age. They are really wanting to be in an active lifestyle. So the average age is really into the 70s for those residents. And I think that it is really important to make sure that those types of projects are highly amenitized and have all the social programs that are required for those residents. Now you get to the next level and you might be in what we would call an assisted living facility where you need services and require medical attention potentially. So now we're talking about an average age that's well into the 80s. It could be 82, 84 years old. And I think one of the biggest challenges in this space, frankly, for the senior housing operators is staffing and how to get the people that are interested in providing care for that demographic and making sure that they are active. They have huge challenges right now in staffing the positions that are available to them and finding the right sort of personalities that can work with that particular age group and a population that does have some special needs.
Got it. Thank you very much. How exactly this high-speed, low-cost modular designs, while also tackling America's 4 million deficient housing crisis, how exactly guys helping that and implementing this side and increasing, how exactly guys can increasing maximizing return on investment?
Right. So modular delivery has been around for a long time, really starting as early as the middle of the 1900s. And it has been an industry that has had some level of success and then some failure, and then success and then some failure. And it has really gone through the cycles. Now it has come to pass that if properly executed, it can be a way to deliver housing for less cost and in less time. It really requires extensive collaboration between a design team and a manufacturer. We have factories that are scattered around the country with different business models that are building residential modular pods, if you will, in their buildings in a controlled environment and then finishing them. They are completed on the inside with floor finishes and cabinetry and light fixtures and paint and completely done. Then they are shipped to a site and set in place and stacked. And because of the process and the workflow, the work in building the modular component can be happening while the foundations and the site work is being prepared. And you can realize up to a 30% improvement in the schedule. So you can take several months out of the delivery process, and that enables the developer to get to market quicker and therefore being able to generate income quicker and revenue. And it I can't stress the amount of coordination and collaboration that is required to do this effectively. And at HED, we're working on some specific approaches that start to standardize some of these components so that it can be even more streamlined. So in order to, be successful with a modular delivery, you want to minimize the variations so that the factories are able to really produce a high quantity of square footage per day. If you've got minimum variations, you might be able to generate or fabricate, if you will, 11,000 square feet a day, for example. Whereas if you have a lot of different variations in the plans, you may only be able to produce 7,000 square feet per day. So you're looking for ways to reduce variations, get standardizations in place, and expedite the production, um, take advantage of bulk buying and supply chains so that pricing can be improved. You're building in a controlled environment, so you're not getting wet, you're not getting windy, you're not getting hot, and it's much better conditions for the worker. And consequently, you get a very high quality product. Then you have to make sure that you are packaging it correctly for shipment over the road and that you've got a plan in place for receiving the modules and either storing them until you stack them or being able to stack them when they show up on time delivery. And this is a product type that is not inferior in any way. It has the ability to be very thoughtfully designed, can be award-winning design, and if done properly, can save time and save money. And I think it's a really important part of the puzzle to addressing the nation's housing crisis with the shortage of housing that many communities are facing.
So is there any specific markets you guys are heavily targeting?
The modular market?
Yes.
We are putting effort into that market. We are targeting that market. It's not the right solution in every case. So what we're doing is finding locations and projects where it does make sense and educating the development team, educating the local jurisdiction on how to review it. It does take education. It's still at a point where many people have not experienced it or worked in that delivery method. So it does take a little bit more time to, walk all the stakeholders through the process and make sure they understand it. But yes, it is something that we see as a high potential for the future.
Got it. So what kind of advanced technology you guys are using, especially in construction side and or to increase profitability?
Well, we aren't in the field building, so we are at our desks and we are using current softwares and new software programs. And one of the things we're actually looking at is using our technology to create a product. And the product might be sold to the development community and would be a platform that would help the developer save time and money in the preparation of documents for permitting and ultimately save their design team time and effort and consequently save the developer dollars. So it's really it's quickly becoming a technology play. Instead of architects selling hours, selling professional time, deciding how much time it's going to take to prepare a set of documents and multiplying times hourly rates, we're looking at technology solutions that deliver a specific product that has value for a price, right? Selling a product instead of selling hours is something that we're thinking a lot about these days. And that is a technology play that really employs not only architects, but technologists and people who really understand how to product.
Got it. Thank you. So what kind of demand you can see for this product?
It's new, and much of our technology is new. And now we have AI that is coming into play. And I think there will be a ramp up that will be very interested in the kinds of things I'm talking about, where the developers are purchasing products for a price that will ultimately, again, save them time and money. I would say that there's still a lot of education that needs to happen before the demand is going to increase significantly. It is starting to happen, and I think the demand will certainly increase over the next 5 years and 10 years. We'll see a massive change in how architects deliver their work. And I think this is part of that. Whether it's
Got it.
modular or not, by the way, it could be modular or potentially even not modular, but you're buying a product that you can use to get to the outcome quicker.
Is there any habits that are helping you to be successful?
Well, I think certainly we need to focus on what is important to our clients. Now, that's something that everyone can talk about, right? To be able to deliver a new idea to a development community that could be very comfortable doing things the same way can be challenging. I think that the habit is being focused and being careful to really understand the capabilities and then being able to deliver that messaging in a way that is appealing to our clients and that garners their interest so that we aren't speaking another language to them as we start talking about technology solutions. So I think it's the habit is really ongoing understanding of how to communicate and how to communicate new ideas that are still on the cutting edge or on the fringe of being proven. And what we're involved in is trying to prove out some of these things so that we can really articulate the message and really effectively communicate. I mean, communication is just such an important part of everybody's world. And it's really important that we master that. And I think that's a habit that we want to continue forever in our lives is effective communication and focus. And then, of course, you have to
Yeah,
relax sometimes too.
sure. Thank you. And how can listeners can connect with you, Otis?
You can get connected with me through our website. That's hed.design. And you can find me there under business leaders, and my email and my phone number will be there. And I would welcome any of you to reach out and contact me directly, and we can have more discussions about what's important to you and how we might be able to align our skill sets with what your needs are.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Thank you.